seems to shine in your blood. Can I just have one more moon dance with you? My time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my arms will be waiting to be sure.
Steve Mcshane, and I'm running for Salinas City Council. Tonight we pulled together friends, relatives, community leaders to celebrate the final stretch before Election Day. We have a campaign plan and a message that's based around staying in our lane in local government, roads, public safety, business, parks. You know, there's a lot of work to be done in Salinas. We stay focused, we set goals, we will accomplish them. So I just want to ask for your support as we approach Election Day. You can join me via my website at www.electmcshane.com. Thanks for tuning in, and gosh, thank you to all the supporters tonight that made this event possible.
I just want to say thank you so much to all of you for coming out and supporting Steve tonight. I just will give you a little bit, just a little snapshot of what it's like to be on the campaign trail. This morning at 8:15, we met up with 40 people to go precinct walking. We knocked out an entire district. Steve Mcshane was there. I was there. At 12, we had Salinas Valley Pride. I was there. Steve was there. At 2:30, we had the Salinas Fire Department promotional ceremony. I was there, and Councilmember Mcshane was there. And now at 5 o'clock, we're here to celebrate Councilmember Steve Mcshane. So it's been a long day. They're all long days. We're 3 weeks away from the election, and the campaign trail is going hard right now. So I just want to say we both have had costume changes today. You look amazing in your suit, by the way. But I want to also just acknowledge Ray and Catherine Costa for their home and hosting for tonight. So please give them a round of applause.
Here's what I can tell you about Steve Mcshane. And I've been behind Steve Mcshane from the beginning when I jumped into the Monterey County Sheriff's race. And Steve right away said, I'll endorse you, Tina, because we had known each other for 5 years, working in Marina, working with the church. But Steve and I, the reason I love Steve, and I love you, Steve, is because we believe that we need to work for all communities, and we need to reach across the aisle, and we need to talk to people, even people we may not agree with, to figure out how we do it better for our communities. How do we create safer communities? Steve, obviously, as a council person, gets to make policy and procedure and develop businesses, and I'm 100% behind businesses, and a lot of people don't know that. Because, you know, businesses pay a lot of your taxes. I understand how cities work. I understand who's paying my taxes. And I appreciate anybody who lives in my community. But they bring in TOT, they bring in hospitality, they create jobs for our economy. So, but anyway, Steve, thank you for inviting me. I'm 100% behind you, even though I took a little heat for that. But we're going to fix that moving forward to reach across to everybody. And on November 8th, please, vote Tina Nieto. I have to say that because I am running too. And Mr. Costa, you don't need to endorse me, but I'll take 1,000 Happy Meals.
What I got to love about Steve was his heart and his passion for what he does. And while he was great in the landscape business, his passion was really in community. His passion was in giving back to those that he serves and those that he works with. And that's always been Steve Mcshane since the day I've met him, long before we became business partners, through today and into the future. I know that Steve's the kind of a guy who cares. He's the kind of a guy who will make a difference. Ray, you're absolutely right. We need leaders. We need people who can help defend business and help defend what we do in the community and how good that really is. You're right. Sometimes we're the bad guys. You know, I still walk around, I hold my head high. There are folks here like Steve Mcshane that prop us up and help us and give us that want and commitment to continue on. And that's really what it's all about. We need people like Steve. We need Steve right here in Salinas. We need people like Steve in Monterey County and in all levels of government.
And when you talk to Steve, you don't just hear it, you feel the passion that Dawn was talking about when it comes to serving the people, the businesses of Salinas. And that's something that has not just impressed me, as I'm sure it has all of you, it inspires me as a fellow public servant. Because it takes that type of passion to do this type of job where you can help people and help businesses and help the town that you love. And it's not easy. It's very difficult. And you can ask Steve's wife. Basically, you don't do these types of jobs to make your family better. You do it to make other families better. And indirectly, that's how together we all rise. And Steve Mcshane understands that because he is certain about his love for Salinas. Therefore, he leans in to the issues in Salinas. He understands that housing and homelessness is an issue for us. That's why he was able to secure over 1,000 units of housing, including 250 low-income housing units for Salinas. He understands that homelessness is a problem. That's why he was able to secure over $2 million for programs to help homelessness. Most of it federal funding, I would be glad to say. But he understands that because he leans in, he listens, he learns, and he acts. And he understands how important it is to have infrastructure here in Salinas for our businesses, for our schools, for our families. Steve Mcshane, yes, he leans in, and yes, he leans across the aisle. As the mayor was saying, he doesn't tear down bridges. When you listen to him at the city council meetings, he's not just pounding a shoe. He understands he's not in the entertainment industry. He's in the city council industry, basically getting stuff done for the people of Salinas. And he's willing to work with anybody who's willing to do that as well. And I think that's why there are so many people here of all political persuasions, because they understand it's this type of public servant that we need in our city council. One who's willing to work with anybody, but more importantly, one who's willing to get stuff done for us. That's why it's an honor for me to be here, not just in the pastures of heaven as we look out over Corral de Tierra, but it's an honor for me to be here to support Steve, but more importantly, to see all your support for Councilman Mcshane. Because we love Salinas, but boy, do we love people who love Salinas even more than us. And that's why we're supporting Steve Mcshane. And that's why I want to say thanks to all of you for your continued support for Steve, for Salinas, for our community, and ultimately, that's how we support our democracy. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, everybody out there in Camerland. This is Tina Nieto, and I gotta say, you need to vote for Steve Mcshane. I've known Steve since I first came to Monterey County, and this is a guy that tells you the truth. He's honest, he's a man of faith, and his word, he cares about people, and that's the kind of people that you need. We don't need politicians. We need people that take care of our communities to create safe communities. So thank you, and when you go November 8th, vote by November 8th, and remember Steve Mcshane and Tina Nieto. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Larissa McKelvey-Day, and I'm on the Planning Commission under Steve Mcshane. And I would have to say that he is one of the most caring people that I know. He loves his community, he's raising his family here, and along with myself, I'm also a resident here. Please vote for Steve Mcshane for City Council.
Hi, my name's Don Chapin. I've been a member of this community for a number of years, and it's not very often that you come across a leader, someone like Steve Mcshane, who has got the capacity to make things happen. Steve has been a longtime friend, a business partner, and a mentor of mine in many ways, especially when it comes to leadership and how he can get things together, how he can bring people together, how he can bring situations to the table and actually get some resolution and get something done. I've supported Steve over the years, and I will continue to support Steve as he goes forward. He's the guy we need. He's the guy we need that will make things happen, that will continue to bring Salinas to its glory, where it's headed. It's headed there today, and it's headed there mostly because of people like Steve Mcshane who make things happen. I don't live in the city of Salinas, but if I did, I'd vote for him. in a heartbeat, because he's the kind of a person that we need to make things happen for this city. So vote for Steve Mcshane. He's got your back. He's got a heart as big as the city, and he really wants to make a difference, and he will. So follow me, vote for Steve. We need people like him in that position.